Hi everyone, the Lone Wolf here, back with some more EVE Online, and today is going to be a bit of a general update of what we've been doing in EVE Online in the last few days. The footage you're seeing is another site we did in the wormhole during our quick day trip, which by now we have actually extended because my brother and myself are still in the wormhole and we are checking it out for potential in a more long-term way. So yeah, that's a little bit of a wait and see, but I can say that on the first day that we actually stayed in the wormhole, all of a sudden we had 4 wormholes there, 4 wormhole signatures, which meant that we had of course the static of the wormhole, but then also 3 other ones, 3K162 wormholes coming from other wormhole spaces into our own. This did mean that we had a lot of traffic coming in on that day, and we also had a stealth bomber on this scan, so that was not exactly very encouraging when you see stuff like that on the very first day that you check a wormhole out a little bit. Still, overall we managed to do something like 7 combat sites, and that's around 126 million in ISK that we've made and have been able to secure. So all in all, it's still looking decent. On top of that, on day 2, the 3 incoming K162 wormholes were gone, but only 1 outgoing wormhole remained. So that meant we were a lot safer to check out the place. There was no real activity to report at that point either, except for the PvE that we did. So you can always check on some of the websites what's been happening in a certain wormhole. And all that was really visible were our sleeper kills, so that's actually not bad. We also have a few other players that are trying EVE Online, some real-life friends of ours, and that's what you just saw, one of them joining our corporation while we were out in the wormhole. We are letting them find their own way, but both of them seem to be mostly interested in exploration, which is good of course if you want to bring them in the wormhole at some point. Arvales is actually back in HiSec, and he's really taken the mentoring role on him for now, while my brother and myself keep one eye on this wormhole just to check out what possibilities we have in the longer term for it. You never know, you know, it's looking alright, and if activity is not too high or we don't get kicked out like in the next few days, I think this weekend is going to be pretty interesting to scope out the wormhole. We might just have some longer term plans to try out here, but overall it's looking okay. I would say the first day was not really encouraging. We were a little bit surprised to have so many people in the hole all of a sudden, but that happens as well, of course. It's all a matter of random number generation. Sometimes you have no entry points, and then the next day you'll have 3 or 4 of them, and that's when you have to be a little bit more careful. But for now we are going to keep it a little bit like that. My brother and myself in the wormhole, Arvales and the 2 new guys in HiSec. We'll let them do their own thing a little bit, but we are also going to try and have them be the connection between us and HiSec. So we are going to ask them to try and start buying and gathering some resources that we might want to bring into the wormhole at some point on their own, and with the money that we are making inside of it, and then we'll see where we go from there. But that is basically the current plans for us in EVE Online. Now, outside of EVE Online, this is a general update after all. Maybe a couple of stuff of things that I'm still keeping an eye on. First of all, the MMO Wildstar. I'm still keeping an eye on it. I just don't know if I'm willing to spend that much time on a game that is basically going for the old school World of Warcraft feel with 40-man raids. Stuff like that is very time consuming. I do like that they are going to implement something that is close to the Plex, where you can actually purchase game time in game with the currency that you've earned there. That is something that I do feel has a lot of potential and has been very unique to EVE Online for a long time, but is coming in more and more games. And so if I do end up giving Wildstar a try, I think that would probably be a goal that I would set for myself, is to see how feasible it is to actually earn your subscription in a theme park MMO like that. And but other than that, I don't really think I have that much interest in a theme park MMO when I'm having a lot of fun in EVE Online at the moment, hoping that we can actually get something going inside this wormhole. Another game is Banished. It's like a city building game that's supposed to be decently tough. Ken from Ken's Crazy Gaming actually featured it on his channel. It got me a little bit interested, and I do think I will buy it and check it out. It actually sounds pretty interesting and promising. Also only like a 250 megabyte download for a 20 euro game, so it's just a little game that I do plan to get in the upcoming days and maybe cover a little bit as well. Hopefully it's actually a pretty good and fun game. We'll see on that, but that is also something that is in the planning. And yeah, when it comes to EVE Online, as I've said, we are in this wormhole. We're scoping it out, see if it's got some potential, and in the meantime our new guys are being prepared in high sec by Arvales, and once they get into battle cruisers, we're probably shooting for Myrmidons for them. We will actually see if they also want to do some activities in the wormhole together, and then we'll take it from there. But it's looking decently promising. Let's hope they stick around and that all of this can start to go somewhere. But for now, guys, that's it. That was also the last sleeper drone. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.